Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van every Sunday. She tells him she's in church, but she doesn't go. Still she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know. Oh, Scotty doesn't know. So don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. Fiona says she's out shopping, but she's under me and I'm not stopping.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Jerry from the StogieReview.com, and I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, man, it's Tuesday. Why are we watching Jerry? You know, we just saw him in his slacker review of the Upman Reserve Maduro. Why, you know, we don't normally see the Great Torpedo twice in 1 week. Well, the hardest working member of the Stogie Review, Walt, is feeling a little under the weather. Can't blame him. It's that time of year, and he asked me to fill in or actually he asked me to just post a Twitter poll, not Twitter poll, a poll on the website, a Stogie Review poll, to come up with a poll for today. But you know, not that there's anything wrong with polls. Polls just aren't really my forte. So I thought, you know what, it's not every day I get to post more than once a week. So I take advantage of the opportunity and kind of make up for my slacker review yesterday of the Upman Reserve Maduro. And yeah, and I don't know what I'm doing. No, and answer a couple questions, probably just 2 questions that I get regularly. Well, it seems regularly. And one of the questions I started to get regularly, at least since I started doing Cuban cigar reviews, is people, you know, normally when I do my reviews, I just show one picture of the cigar, either by itself or in an ashtray or what have you, and maybe a link to my Flickr account with, you know, a couple of different pictures. But people have always asked for to see what the boxes look like. Okay, I can do that. It's easy enough, right? I don't have a box of the Ramon Ionis specially selected that I rave about. It's one of those paper boxes, you know, kind of paper boxes, you know what I mean? And my wife likes to keep the boxes, but well, not the whole box, but just kind of like the lid. So she takes a box cutter and just cuts off the lid to keep the top. But anyways, what should I start with? Let's start with the pretty box. This is the box for the you could probably read, for the San Cristobal de la Habanas. I did a review of this. Fantastic cigar. Not much. Yeah, it's a beautiful looking box. Solid wood, solid cedar. Yeah, nicely lined in there. Little thing about the San Cristobals. Little thing. But unfortunately, I don't speak Spanish, so and it's in Spanish. So you know, next time Camacho comes over, I'll have him translate for me. So it's a pretty nice looking box there. Let's see if the camera will pick up on it. There you go. Nice looking box. I'll show you the back side there. You can see the box code, the date, and the what's that place called? The factory that it's made in. So yeah, I think it's probably one of my favorite boxes just because it's a solid box. I'm pretty sure it could be used as temporary storage. The next box up is a cigar. I recently reviewed the Vegas Robena. That's the old man there. Adon Alejandro. I talked about him. He's kind of like the godfather of the Cuban cigar industry. His tobacco's greatly sought after for its wrapper quality. Again, on the back, you know, you got the Habanos SA stamp or burn-in Hector, you know, made in Cuba. And this is something I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. But it's something that I thought I saw on Cuban cigars only, but I'm starting to see it on other non-Cuban boxes. Talk about how it's totally handmade. I guess just another consumer-friendly thing here to let us know that it was all made totally by handmade. No machine took part in making the cigars or packaging the cigar. Again, you got the factory code and the date code. I think ABR is April, so this box was packed April of 2008. Not enough age on it, as a lot of the Cuban cigar aficionados will state that you know, at least 5 years for Cuban cigars is the way to go. The next one is a cigar that I talked about a little bit. I think I smoked it when I was doing my top 10 cigars of 2008. That's the Por Laranaga paper box. I'm sure my wife will get around to cutting off the lid. And again, on the back, you know, you got the Habanas Sase, Hecto, made in Cuba, totally handmade. The box code, I don't know what the date on that is. Something 08, so maybe June. I don't know. What was the one on the San Cristobal? Again, EMA, which was the same one this was made in. Huh. I don't know what that means, but they say it had the same factory code. But people tell me the factory doesn't really matter anymore. And then the date code. These had a little bit of age on it. June of 07, so had about a year and a half of age on it. So for those of you who had wrote me and asked me what the Cuban cigar boxes look like, now you know. So the next most recent question that I've been receiving lately is, want to know what my humidor looks like, what my setup looks like. You know, there is a post on StogyReview.com where it talks about a little bit about each of us, Walt, Brian, and I think there's a few old pictures of my humidor. I have more than one humidor. I have a couple of the Treasure Dome humidors, and then a couple 50 and 25 count little desktop humidors. Nothing really fancy to write home about, just kind of for you know, put shit in. But my pride and joy is pictured in that article, in the little article about us, and it's let me get the camera off the tripod, and I'll give you the tour. All right, well, there she is. This is my pride and joy. After my wife and JJ, this is probably my most prized possession. It's a Romeo Julieta limited edition humidor. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick this up or not here. Let's see. There we go. So as you can see, this is number 36 out of 130. There are three. The humidor comes in 3 different colors. It comes in this color, which is the burl color. It comes in a darker ebony-like color, and then there's also available in a white color. 130 of each color were made. Like I said, I got lucky number 36 out of this model. I picked it up before we started the Stogie Review, so it was probably October, November of 2005 when I picked it up. It ran me $300, and ever since I picked it up, I've always wanted another one. Just can never seem to find one. I picked it up for about $300, and I'd gladly pay another $300 or even more if I could find another one. But sadly, you know, my searches have come up empty-handed. Now, the specifications on the humidor say it can hold up to 300 cigars, but that's a little deceiving. It's usually about, I think I could probably get about 200. Now, if my buddy Camacho and Mount Chuck and the Doc are watching this video, they're going to be surprised, because I did when I was preparing for the video, I did do a little cleaning up, at least on the top shelf here for this video, because normally my shit is not disorganized. Normally my filing procedure or my storage technique and whatnot is just wherever it will fit. As a matter of fact, if I showed you the Treasure Domes in the desktop, it's just kind of plopped in there. There's no method to my madness. So inside the humidor, you know, is the top part of the humidor is basically where I keep cigars that I smoke a lot of, or for whatever reason are special to me. Over here you can see, let's see, up here we got my Ramon Ionis, which I'm running low on, and I'm probably need to pick up another box soon. Followed by my pile of San Cristobal and the Por Laranaga. And then over here is a cigar that I'm in love with, which is the Vegas Verbena. And then here is a cigar that was my first ever wow cigar. A cigar that just always just does it for me. That's the Rocky Patel Sangro. Over here in this corner is the Nesta Miranda Special Selection. Now, my buddy Carlos in New Jersey suggested these to me. He pointed them out as one of the Joe's deals of the day over at Cigars International. And he had told me that these were probably the new blend that's blended by Don Pepin. But unfortunately, the ones that are blended by Don Pepin and the old ones, there's really no way to tell them apart. The bands look exactly the same. So I told Carlos when I see him at Cigar Fest, I owe him a kick in the nuts or two. Then up here, you got the Frank, the Tatawahi Frank from the Monster Series this year, his new Monster Series. Then we got the Mi Barrio and a couple Punch Rare Corojos. So that's and then, excuse me, I burped. Anyways, and then for my humidification, I'm using a puck there. Now, one thing you don't see at the top of my humidor is any kind of hygrometer. I'll explain that later why I don't have a hygrometer. And then the front part here opens up, and we have 5 drawers on each side. Now this is where this is going to look familiar to Camacho and the other guys, because this has no organization whatsoever. Kind of just like I said, this is normally what my humidors look like, just kind of wherever shit will fit. Well, let me take the drawers out. The drawers do come all the way out. And let's see. Oh, there's a couple. There's a 601 blue. Anyways, it's solid inside, so it's separated by a solid cedar wall here between the two. And then back there again, I got another puck for humidification back here as well. Same exact thing on the other side. Same drawers, same setup behind there, same crap. That's unorganized. So that's pretty much my Romeo Julieta limited edition humidor. Like I said, if I could find another one of these guys, I'd pick it up in a heartbeat. Wouldn't think twice about it. It's like I said, it's my wonderful prize possession. Well, that pretty much showed you the Cuban cigar boxes, showed you my prized possession in my humidor. And before I close the video, one thing you didn't see in my humidor is a hygrometer. And the reason why I don't have one, it's not that I've never had one. Most of you have seen my Winterize Your Humidor episodes on YouTube and on the site. The main reason why I don't use one is because I just got annoyed by it. It just played with my head a lot. I felt like I became a slave to it. Every little dip or rise or whatever, it just seemed like I was always looking at it and always just paranoid that something was going to go wrong with it. I was doing something wrong, and it just, like I said, I just felt like I became a slave to the hygrometer, and it just annoyed me. Finally, to save me the mental pain and anguish, I just took them out, and I don't bother with them. Not to endorse beads or the puck, but I just trust that my humidification devices that I use are doing the job, and basically, I haven't had any problems. I haven't had any outbreaks. Any beetle outbreaks. I haven't had any of my wrappers drying out or bursting. People like Camacho and Doc and Mount Chuck who have come over and smoked my cigars, haven't complained. The cigars I ship out, no one's ever complained about the quality. They taste great to me, and at the end of the day, that's what matters, is that my sticks taste the best to me. So that's why I just don't use a hygrometer anymore. Just I don't know, just save me the mental anguish and for me not to be a slave to it. So anyways, that's about it. I kind of babbled on here a little more than I wanted to for a quick little video to show off stuff. So anyways, well, I hope you get better, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this little shindig. Who knows, maybe maybe Walt will let me do more than no. I'm sure it's more of me. It's not Walt. I'm the lazy guy of the site. I'm sure if I ever wanted to do two videos, 2 posts in a week, Walt will let me. Walt wouldn't have a problem with that. So, but anyways, I'm babbling. So until next time, as always, folks, appreciate your time and your attention. Appreciate all the comment, love, and long fucking ashes. It's not the same without a cigar, is it?